Hello everybody, welcome back to Same Spirit Gaming. My name is Matt.
And I'm Jordan.
And we're back with more Tunic. We found a new area to explore and probably work towards the next colored key thing.
Awesome.
I did a little just meandering around since last time, and
whoa.
Weird place for a shop, but you know, I'll take it.
That's awesome.
Okay, none of these are the upgrade things though. So I probably don't want to spend too much. Although I can't even afford that. Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
So maybe I should keep saving up for those.
Yeah. The coins. I mean, I think the next one is at 5, if I remember correctly. It's like 3, 5, or maybe it's 3 and 6. But yeah, I mean, the more cards you can equip, the better, really.
Yeah. And I guess it would make sense if it was like every third card. At least in my mind.
Right.
What are you?
Wow.
Great. Big
not
snaky thing, or big
lizard,
lizard
dude.
with...
Nice.
Oh. Now where am I going?
Whoa, what the heck? How do you find all these secret places? There's got to be something in there.
Yeah,
Oh.
wandering around. Oh, that, I guess, is how I get over here. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, well, you're not really a problem if I can get a sneak attack on you.
What is that? I don't remember that one.
Totally.
Oh, it's a flower.
Thought
Sorry,
maybe there was supposed to be something there that I
it
could...
looks different from over Discord.
Yeah.
It's just a flower.
Okay. I faced a guy like this before, did I not? And it was not easy.
Yes. I think that was... He was like on top of something you needed last time.
Yeah, before there was like a key I needed to get, and... Okay, fine. Oh, come on, really? I froze him, but then the shield, like, So I did use the one upgrade I had to make the potions more effective. I pressed dodge there, dang it. How do I actually fight you? Your shield is up, and, like, I could barely even hit you because of that. Alright. You know what? I will turn my attention elsewhere for the moment.
Yes. Breaking pots. Oh, hey, there's some money.
Yeah, you guys. At least I can get some magic back from these guys if I'm, you know, careful with it.
And there's a menacing bird watching you. Crow. Raven. Oh, you want to hear something weird? Okay. Wow. Okay, that thing is not friendly. Okay, so what do crows look like in where you live? Is it like, you know, for me they're like pigeon size or maybe a little bit bigger. I don't know if that's for you where you live.
Well, now, see, crows and ravens to most people look very similar, and
Yes.
I want to say ravens tend to be larger.
Oh yeah, they are. That's what I was gonna say. Okay, so crows are like, you know, I don't know, they're just normal size, at least to me. But my parents used to live in Alaska, and when I visited them, they have like literal ravens all over the place. They are huge. I could not believe how big those ravens are, and I also could not believe that they could survive in Alaska and be bigger than the crows we have, where there's like, you know, where it doesn't get below freezing all regularly. I was just like, I was blown away at how big those things are. It was like, I don't know, as big as a hawk, it seems like. They're just huge.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was just random. That bird made me think of it. It was just like the difference between crows and ravens when you see it.
Bro, what is up with this?
Oh, you're good. You're good. You blocked it all. Nice.
My shield was running low though, so I was getting a bit concerned. Ooh, hey, treasure. I'm like, I have absolutely no clue where I am relative to where I started now. Well, I shouldn't say that. I have a clue. It's just much further away than I anticipated. And now there's like a hill here. Oh, hey. Oh, you're one that likes to run away. Come on.
We need to do the pillar. Leave us alone.
Also, they're doing more damage than I remember.
Yeah, really. I agree.
Doggone it. Pick a spot where I can hit you, dagnabbit.
Well, you do have the... Oh, okay. I guess you ran away. Oh, you do have the magic staff thing you could use.
Yeah, fine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there we go. And it gives you magic back. Oh, that's useful. Man, your magic staff seem to do a lot, too.
Well, those guys just can't take a hit.
Okay.
Okay, let's activate this thing.
Woo! That looks so cool. More magic.
So now there's a path along that way that has been activated, I guess. Oh, and it even...
Oh. This place is huge.
So
I see more.
Guess it's... Oh. There are statues around the center one there that all need to be activated, probably.
Gotcha. That one on the left is just spilling out goop.
Yeah. I can't imagine that's a good thing.
The video game is falling apart.
Whoa.
Dang, it really is.
I think it's about time I try and head back now. Restock my potions.
While you're doing that, maybe I will read from the Bible.
Sure.
Okay, today I'm kind of following up on my last one, which I know I'm not trying to, like, beat a dead horse, but there's kind of one last thing I wanted to address on this, loving your neighbor doesn't just mean Christians thing. I think I've kind of addressed that point enough, but the thing I wanted to talk about today is someone might say, like I said last time, the character of God has been consistent all the way since the Old Testament. Someone might say, well, wait a second. The Jewish people, he said in the Old Testament similar things, but it seemed to only apply to fellow Jewish people. And I say to you, aha! But wait! There's more. So, I'm going to read a couple... and this is also kind of topical for today, because everybody's talking about immigration. And the Jewish people also had to deal with immigrants. They did not, Israel back then was not all Jewish. They had people live there who were foreigners. And so, well, okay, I'll just read two separate things. They're kind of short. And so, okay, so this is Leviticus 19. And I'll first read. Hold on a second. Let me. I'll read 11 through 13. And then I'll read 33 and 34. So Leviticus 19, 11 through 13 says, "Do not steal, do not lie, do not deceive one another, do not swear falsely by my name and so profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. Do not defraud or rob your neighbor. Do not hold back the wages of a hired worker overnight." Okay, so it's kind of dipping into the Ten Commandments, and it says, you know, do not defraud or rob your neighbor, do not deceive one another. And so far you're saying, okay, well, that still could only apply to Jewish people. But here is the same chapter, 33 and 34. "When a foreigner resides among you in your land, do not mistreat them. The foreigner residing among you must be treated as your native born. Love them as yourself, for you were foreigners in Egypt. I am the Lord your God." So, also, especially when it says, "I am the Lord your God," that's like emphasis on this. Usually, that's what that means.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the whole, and we're going to dip into politics too a little bit, in the U.S., there's a big debate right now going on about illegal immigration, or undocumented immigrants, as some people say. I think it's very important to enforce a border, and I think most of us are on that same page now. Like, people have kind of come around on that, because otherwise you could just have invaders come in and, you know, do whatever they want, basically. But for you and me, Matt, it's not up to us. We're not border enforcers, and we're not law enforcement. And you know, there's people whose job that is, and I support those people. But as this says, when a foreigner resides among you in your land, don't mistreat them. The foreigner residing among you must be treated as your native born. This is really cool to me, because this is like the American philosophy. Like, the whole idea of the United States of America is like, you know, when you come here and you say, "I want to be an American, I want to live here," then it's like, okay, well, you're basically as good as, when you become a citizen, you're basically as good as a native born. I think the only thing you can't do is become president. And some different government work, actually, which people don't really talk about. But anyway, the character of God is consistent. Love your neighbor as yourself does not just apply to Christians, just as it didn't just apply to Jewish people back then, because it literally says treat them as native born. And all of these rules that they're talking about in Leviticus would, by proxy, be applied to foreigners. I kind of rambled and went all over the place a little bit, but I hope I kind of conveyed my point.
Yeah, so when it comes to the immigration conversation, a lot, the sticking point for some people is just, well, they came here by illegal methods, therefore they are criminals, therefore they should be deported. Yeah. Like, there's, like, some people have no regard to the intentions of immigrants. It's just, oh, they came here in an illegal way, get rid of them. And then there's, like, you mentioned enforcing a border, which yeah, I can get behind the idea, like, but the question is, you know, in what way and to what extent, I guess. Because,
I mean,
you could get so harsh on it that absolutely nobody gets in ever, practically. Or, you know, like, if the concern is invasion or something to that effect, like, that's... There would... I don't know. I guess that's the tough thing. Okay, where do you draw the line on how much is too much to be suspicious of invasion?
yeah. Well, also we've had terrorists come through the border too, like that, and it's just so hard to tell if you just let people in without vetting them. But I mean,
yeah, you have to vet people for sure, as much as you can.
That's the problem with the illegal immigration, is like there's no vetting process. So
yeah,
like in my...
So then you track the people down, you figure out what they're doing, and there's your vetting process, I guess. But anyway, perhaps you know, I shouldn't focus too much on
I mean,
political side of I don't know.
I think
I'm just trying to get into reasons why it's a tough conversation, and really in some ways tougher than a lot of people want to make it out to be.
Yeah, definitely. And I think actually it's a kind of an interesting conversation, because I think we're slightly different politically, but like I'll explain like my ideal situation for immigration. Like, I think, and my wife's an immigrant, by the way, but like my ideal situation, and I don't know if we could ever get here, is we do an immigration reform where you can immigrate legally much more easily, and there's an official process. There's asylum seekers, okay, but you have to go through the official process, and you know you'll be taken care of. And you know, you want to come work here on a farm and send money back to your family, okay, but you gotta go through this process, a more lenient process. But the border is enforced with an iron fist. Like, we make the legal process easy for you, but if you don't follow that, you're gone immediately. No questions. That way, I think the only people who would really try to get around this lenient legal process that I'm imagining is, gang members and, criminals from their country. And, because otherwise, why wouldn't you do this super easy legal process? Basic vetting like this. Do you have a criminal record in your home country? If so, what was the charge? Can you do you want to be an American? Or if not, are you even going to have you ever been part of a political party that is in direct opposition with America, something like that? Just like these basic things. And then if you check all these boxes, okay, we'll track you, you're in, you can work, you can blah blah blah. So the only people that would be excluded are actual gang members, criminals, or somebody who like a terrorist or somebody like that. And that's it. Everyone else, you can follow the legal process and get in. I don't know if we'd ever get to that point, but that's kind of what I think it should be like. Very strict border enforcement, the most strict ever, but a lenient legal process, basically. Yeah. Whereas, oh, go ahead. Yeah.
In order to make it that strict at the border, then there's got to be, Well, I mean, there would literally have to be some more physical barriers, which,
Yeah.
yes, it's. I would imagine it's doable in some way, but it could be tough in certain areas because there's some parts where it's very uneven, if not mountainous, and
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But we could you can have like drone surveillance, and it doesn't have to be a physical border. Like as soon as you see somebody, you have people going out there.
well, yeah,
I don't know.
I think if we started with the policy end of that, or you know, making the process easy, that I think is a better and easier first step to take. And then you can also communicate that with other people who, like, might have hired these immigrants who came across illegally, and then, you know, it would be less of an issue it would be less of an issue for them to admit, hey, I have this undocumented worker here. They're not doing anything wrong. I just feel like they should go through the vetting process.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. I think making the legal process more lenient would be a good first step, and you know, then it's not, because I think there's a lot of people on the right who, like, there's this thing going on right now, I feel like, where people are conflating all immigration and illegal immigration, you know, because people will say like, oh, someone is anti-immigration, but they're referring to undocumented kind of. And so it's like, we have to somehow in our political discourse, we have to separate those two things. It's like, I think there's a lot of, like, okay, Elon Musk got a lot of heat from the right because he was very pro H-1 visa. Like, he's saying we need immigrant workers. You know, the more immigrant workers, the more they want to live here, the more it helps our country, the more this, the more that. And I actually agree with that. Like, our population isn't having kids, but what is currently solving that problem for us is the immigrants, illegal or otherwise. It's giving us younger people in our population. Otherwise, we'd be in a lot more trouble. So yeah, if the legal process is more lenient and easier, you solve the issue of, well, hey, you're anti immigrant. And it's like, well, no, actually, I want more immigrants. We need more immigrants. We need more workers. It makes our country stronger, but you know, you have to follow the rules if you want to be part of the country. You have to follow our laws.
I totally.
But we're not there yet, and there are people who are
man.
anti-immigration too. So, like, literally anti-immigration. Definitely heard those people before. Uh-oh. Okay, I thought you were gonna get stuck.
So, while we've been having this conversation, I got a couple more upgrades, including one that increases my MP.
Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, sorry everybody. We don't usually just like talk about politics. But somehow
and if we do, it's usually only a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I have heard people who are literally anti-immigrant and just want, like, you know, okay, let's close up the borders. Everyone who's here, just that's it.
Yeah.
Country's full. It's like, yeah, I don't think so.
Because they've bought the lie that immigrants are just across the board a major problem.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I mean, like, anybody who says the country's full has not driven cross country. Like, do you know how much open land there is? It's insane.
Yeah. If we spent more money on infrastructure, maybe. We could
Yeah, we need some
take more
bullet
advantage
trains.
of that.
Like, seriously, how have we not... Like, Japan has that bullet train. We need one of those, like, cross-country. That would be so cool.
Suddenly 4 of these things have been unleashed upon me.
Jeez.
Alright, you know what? Not messing around. I have more MP now. I'm gonna use it.
I have taken, what is that? The Amtrak train from, like, Seattle to Salem before. Salem, Oregon, but it's just not as fast. It's a nice ride, but a bullet train would be so cool.
Okay, cannot hit it from the front.
You know,
Oh, come on.
Elon Musk is doing that rocket thing where, like, I don't know if I would ever do that. Like, he's trying to make rocket travel, you know, like, widespread for public use. I don't know if I'd ever do that.
And, not exactly being very successful with it either.
Yeah.
You hear about the explosion?
I didn't hear about it. Did he have another explosion?
I mean, I don't know which one you're thinking of, but yeah, like, there was a pretty recent one, and boy, was it a doozy. Like, you could see just this huge cloud caused by
Oh,
it.
yeah. I do know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's say he gets it up to 95%. Like, okay, we can launch rockets and land them 95% of the time. Well, okay, but that's still a 5% chance I'll die if I take your rocket versus an airplane, which is way...
And a 5%
lower.
chance that we just flat out lose billions of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that'll ever be viable, really. We need a... In my opinion, we need a different... What the heck?
I don't even know what that is.
That's creepy. That's like one of those octopus things without a head. Yeah, in my opinion, we need a different method of propulsion because the fuel is just so explosive. I just don't trust it. Whoa, that's weird. We need some kind of method of propulsion.
Something I could do with this? I thought I saw the A button come up for like a split second. Nope, okay.
Let's see it. AI needs to come up with a new method of propulsion.
I guess I should try to find a place to stop this relatively soon.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like I'm cycling back around to some things I already did.
But you honestly got a lot done. You were traversing around a lot.
It won't let me target the thing in the middle. Because I know that'll explode. I want to target that so it can just explode and get rid of all these things. Oh, well.
Do you have a bomb or dynamite or whatever?
I
think you get one every reset. Yeah, +1.
I suppose.
Or a freeze bomb, that would work too. Either one.
I'm more so looking for the regular kind. I mean, it's not a really big deal.
Kobe! That's an old reference.
Well, I got all but one of them. Okay. Back to this being my B button.
Oh, that's your B button. What do you use for the sword button?
I have X for the sword.
Okay, that makes sense.
X is sword, Y is ice, B is explodey, or not explodey, but you know the staff thing.
Oh my gosh! Holy crap, that was close.
Yeah. Those enemies just... hit you so many times.
Well, you can name this episode Same Spirit Gaming Fixes U.S. Immigration Policy. No, I'm kidding. Oh, jeez. That guy's right there. Nice
Yeah, I
dodge.
think I'm just gonna get myself back to the save point that I've been using.
Yeah. That extra mana actually is, or the extra MP is really useful.
I still didn't manage to get up there and activate that one, so there's at least one other...
I think it's the big
Yeah.
guy, isn't it? Might be, I don't know.
Well, I think I've got, like, 2 more...
Oh,
Or maybe
wow.
just 1 more. Yeah, I think I've just got 1 more pillar to activate to get that fully
Okay.
done.
So you basically go to the center and then down left, kind of. That's what it looked like anyway.
Or at least that's the direction I have to be in relative to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. You made a lot of progress.
Yeah. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Next time, the goal will be to, you know, get the final one of those pillars and then see what happens from there.
Sounds good.
Alright, subscribe so you don't miss it.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.